All right, let's pick up where we left off. I'm going to go back to the YAGSL documents. Pardon my internet connection. It's a little bit slow right now. Oh, probably because I'm downloading that video. Okay, so we did that. The next step is getting to know your robot. This is what we just talked about. They kind of talk about what all those configuration numbers mean. I explained it kind of as we did the video. So let's go next to dependency installation. So to install the YAGSL library, you need to install dependencies for everything, because this library uses other libraries. So even if we don't use CTRE software or hardware, motors and such, we need to have the CTRE library installed, because the YAGSL library references it somewhere and it doesn't like if it doesn't exist. So I'm going to go ahead and install all of these libraries here. You can see they're all here. And YAGSL is really nice because they give us the links to the offline installation. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new WYPLib file. I'm going to go right up to here. I'm going to say create a new project. Let's say that this is a template. We're going to use Java. It is a command robot. Let's create a base folder. I'm going to select a new folder. I will put this on my desktop, and I will create a new folder that says YAGSL demo. And that's the folder where I'll create this program. Project name, YAGSL demo. You would call this off-season robot or whatever you want to call it. Team number 7457. And I'm going to go ahead and generate the project. Yes, I would like to open it. And so it'll immediately open this up. Do I trust the authors of the files? Yes, I trust the authors. WYPLib people are good. I've already installed VS Code with WYPLib and all the things I need for WYPLib, so I don't need to install any more WYPLib. If you don't have that done already, you need to back up and do that all first. It is going to start the Gradle daemon. That is not something I know what it is, but you let it do its thing first. It'll essentially create all the background stuff for a code. Build successful, looks good. It's got a problem right now because there's example command not being used. It's not a big problem for now. You can see this code has example commands and example subsystems already kind of put out there. Okay, let's go back to YAGSL documentation. So they want me to install third-party libraries for all of these things. Let's start with from the top, and we'll scroll way down. So here's CTRE Phoenix 6. I'm going to highlight this URL, Control C. Let's go back over here. I am going to go ahead and manage vendor libraries, install new libraries online. It'll ask for the vendor file URL. Let's paste that in. This is CTRE. It should install that. Didn't like that. What's going on here? No forward ports. Forward port to access your locally running services over the internet. Let's click forward port. Let's try this again. I'm not sure what happened here. Manage vendor libraries. Manage current libraries. Don't have it there. Okay, let's try this again. Manage vendor libraries. Online. Control V. Okay, seems to like it now. It is recommended to run a build after a vendor update to ensure dependencies are installed correctly. Would you like to do this now? Yes. So it's going to rebuild code because I installed a vendor library. I guess I could wait and do them all, but I'll do them one at a time. That way, if a problem comes up, I know what caused it. Build was successful. Great. So I've got Phoenix 6 installed on this file now. Let's install Phoenix 5. Control C. let's go back here. And let's go ahead and manage vendor libraries. Install new libraries online. Let's paste this in. There's Phoenix 5. It is recommended you run build. I will do that. Give it a moment. That build was good too. We're going to keep going down the line. Rev library. Here we go. This one's actually important for us because we're going to be using Spark Maxes in our off-season robot. Manage vendor libraries online. Paste it in. Build. Yes. This will probably be good. I'm going to go to the internet and find the next one. Studica. This is for the NavX. This is another IMU instead of the Pigeon. We're not using it, but we need to install the library so that the build is successful. Manage vendor libraries online. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Next one is Redux. Control C. Build was successful. All right, let's do the next one. Manage vendor libraries online. Paste it in. Yes, let's build. And we keep going. Path Planner. We need this one. Control C. Build was successful. Manage vendor libraries. Run that build. And then it looks like our very last one here is YAGSL. This is the whole point, right? Control C. That build was good. Manage vendor libraries online. Paste it in. Build. That build was successful. All right, so now I should have everything I need to start using the YAGSL commands. So what I've really set up is now there's a series of commands that I can just command a swerve drive from. So that's kind of cool. Let me see if there's anything over here I need to look at. Oh, I still haven't put in my configuration file yet. So it's not going to like that if I try to do something without that. But let's go back to the YAGSL docs. See what our next thing is. Well, they all must be installed. Okay, next is configuration. YAGSL maintains a somewhat complete configuration tool. We already used that. From this webpage, you should be able to download the file. We did that. And place them into your deploy directory for use for new swerve parser. We also maintain a repository for known working configurations. So that's what we need to do. We need to put it into the deploy directory. So if we go back here, let's see if there's here's the deploy directory. It's right here. This is a folder. Let's see if I can open this folder. Find in folder. Nope, that's not what I want. Go back. Deploy directory. Reveal in File Explorer. Here we go. So this is actually where this file is. I'm going to open it up here. Here is the deploy directory. I don't know what example is. Let me open it. They're saying this is where you would put this. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because I don't need to mess with it. That's fine. I'm going to go back to, where's the file I downloaded? I swear I downloaded thought I put it in the desktop. YAGSL demo, that's what I'm working on now. Swerve, what's this? Oh, here it is. This is the configuration file I downloaded. I'm just going to drag this right into here. So now, there it is. I've got my modules and my controller properties. And you can actually see all those things I put in when I made those configuration files are found here. And this is where I can edit them later. So when I want to later add an encoder offset, here it is for front left. I can do that. Okay, let's go back to YAGSL documentation. Okay. They talk about solving problems. I think they're jumping. What is swerve directory? This is exactly what it looks like. We've got that. migrating old configuration files. Swerve drive configuration. We talked about this, didn't we? Yes, we already talked about this. These are so it talks a little bit more about what these configuration files do. If you really cared to get into it, we use the configuration generator, so we didn't mess with any of that yet. And that's kind of starting to get into more advanced things. So I'm going to move forward through this. All right, now we're getting to code setup. We already imported YAGSL. Okay. How to create a swerve drive. YAGSL is unique that you create a swerve drive based solely off of JSON configuration files. Okay, so here's an example. Creates the swerve drive in the swerve subsystem, as you should only interact with it in the swerve subsystem if you're using command-based programming. So it sounds like I need to create a swerve subsystem. This might be a good stopping point. I think at this point, I'm essentially ready to do some programming. In the first one, I made my configuration file. And this one, I installed vendor dependencies into a new command-based program, as well as brought that configuration file in. So I'm going to pick up from here in a moment about actually writing this code.